We can all agree that the Nintendo Switch Lite is the greatest gaming console of all time. So much so that 5 years ago, I attempted to build the ultimate Switch Lite, and I was somewhat unsuccessful. Nowadays, you can load up an OLED display in your Switch Lite, a screen that's better than what you get on a Switch 2. Come along for the ride as I turn this boring, used little Switch Lite that I purchased from a pawn shop for like $100 into quite literally what might be the perfect console. I am doing most of these mods for the first time, so do not treat this like a tutorial, treat this like the entertainment that it is. We really gotta start with the display. So this is the Super 5 OLED. Now this is designed specifically for the Switch Lite, because as much as I love the Switch Lite, the screen is not good. Now, I will say that the Super 5 OLED is a little bit hard to get your hands on. Alex, what's the MSRP on this?
If you were to buy this directly from them,
Yep.
the touch variant of the OLED is $70 US.
Seems like a lot of money, right? Well, I unfortunately was not able to get my pre-order because they've been back ordered for a long time, so I had to buy this one on eBay for just a little bit more than $70.
Well.
A good chunk more than $70. There's no soldering, which is really nice. However, I'm gonna end up gutting literally everything. I think the only things I'm gonna keep out of the original Switch Lite is gonna be like the motherboard and the cooler. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that the screen works, and then once I do confirm that, I will actually gut the entire Switch Lite. Oh my God, they gave me like little, like a little pouch for screws. That's great. Actually, that's a nice little screwdriver. We got a spudger. I can't believe that this is all $70 normally. This is actually a lot of stuff. Oh, look at that. So that's our screen, which is carefully wrapped. You'll see that it does have 2 connectors.
It has 3 connectors.
3 connectors? Where, what?
On the side.
You're right, there's a 3rd connector. That one seems probably important. I'll remember to plug that in. They do give us 2 of each, if I recall, right?
Yeah.
You have been known to break ribbon cables.
Look. Creating the ultimate doesn't come without a cost.
Now I know why Alex asked me to run camera for this one.
So just to show you what this looks like by default. So as you can see, fully functional. All right, little buddy, I'm gonna turn you off.
For the final time.
Nope, that's not true at all.
It's not boding well if you're getting stuck on the screwdriver.
We got our 4 screws off the back, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom.
Well, careful with the new screen there.
That's fair. Maybe the new screen can go back
yeah.
And that, my friends, is the back shell of our Switch Lite. Now, what you'll see is that we have a little metal shroud. It's actually quite similar to the regular Switch. It's gonna be a little sticky because it actually has thermal paste on it. There we go. So you can see what I'm talking about. It literally just looks like gum. I don't think we're gonna be reusing this because the Super 5 has this, which I'm assuming, yeah, it just goes on something like that. I do know I need to take the battery out, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect that. I could check the tutorial, but also I could just wing it. So I'm gonna undo the screws holding my heatsink in place, headphone jack as well, and my card reader. There we go, yeah. Oh wait, but I gotta be careful. Wait, no. Don't do what I just did. I don't wanna bend it. Yeah, hold on.
You're bending the whole pipe.
Getting a little bent sometimes, never hurt anybody. Am I right? I just got thermal paste everywhere. Dang it. Oh, that's permanent. So there we go. We've got our headphone jack as well as our card reader, which means it's time to get a little hot and steamy in here. There's not a good way of doing this. I will preemptively put my suction cup on.
I think you only really need to heat gun one side.
I do around the corners a little bit too.
Yeah, kind of like in a U.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, we're in. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, I thought I cracked it. There's just a scratch on the screen from when I bought it. Okay, I was like, whoa, what? That's hot.
Hey.
There we go. Didn't sound
That
great.
sounded, nope, yeah, I was gonna say that sounded bad.
Oh, there's still, dude, that adhesive is no joke, man. There we go.
Oof.
I know, I don't like it. Look how sticky it is. And that, my friends, is the first step. Screen out. The OLED, surprise, far thinner. First connector, gently tucked in. I know that this one's super fragile, so I need to be very careful with it. And then, oh boy, my fingers feel so big. That's a not nice bend, but whatever, who cares? So we have ourselves 1 ribbon cable connected to this little daughter board. We have power and the pass-through, and I'm going to plug this in here. Theoretically, everything that I need to do a test boot is up and running now. Hey, yo, let's go! Woo! Wow! If my brightness works, then we are good. So up.
Hey.
Oh yeah, buddy. Dude, that looks so much better. It's got plastic on and everything. That looks so much better immediately. So I have, if you see right here, I have this little the buttons on the back. If I push these buttons, I can change the color mode. So if I do this, oh good Lord, that's aggressively saturated. Oh, what the? It is time to pretty much tear all of this out of the chassis. Hi.
Hi. It can't be the ultimate Switch Lite without a mod chip.
Oh. I've never done a mod chip on any of my older builds ever.
You can
pirate.
You can pirate.
Get Nintendo mad at me?
Overclock.
I've never installed. Wait, what kind of mod chip are we talking?
You need to solder this thing.
When we say solder, we're talking like 2 wires?
The tutorial itself is over an hour long.
Ah, no.
You see that little
Raspberry
icon
Pi?
there?
Where would this even go?
Good question. That's what the tutorial's for. There are a lot of people, especially on Reddit, that have mentioned that, especially since they're inexperienced with soldering and whatnot,
they wreck
that
the Switch.
they just completely brick their console. I've actually owned this guy that I bought off AliExpress for about a year and a half on Denki.
Okay.
It comes pre-modded with the RP chip in it. This is the stuff that came with my files already. So FPS Locker lets you lock your FPS for games.
If we do this, there is a very real chance that Austin will just brick this entire
Which is the
Switch.
opposite of building the ultimate. Does this get me banned?
Banned? Oh, does it get you banned? Oh, absolutely. Don't connect it to the internet.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, this isn't the ultimate Switch anymore if I can't play online.
Here, you want to see a fun thing?
Yeah?
Here.
Oh, you can just boot into regular mode.
Yes.
And you still get banned though, right? I'm not gonna do it. This would be the ultimate Switch if I could do that without the potential of getting banned. I want the Switch to actually work and to play games and not have to worry about it. So you could take your scum and villainy modification tools and hide the, get that side of here. We're a wholesome family channel.
So
we don't do modifications.
You don't need your Switch OLED anymore, right? Because you don't like it?
Switch OLED's dead to me. All right, we have fully disassembled our Switch Lites. We have the motherboard, we have all kind of components here. So our next step, before we do anything else, is to take a look at our brand new shell. Last time with the Switch Lite, I ended up just doing the back shell, which is the easy part, because as soon as you do the front shell, you basically have to tear it apart to this degree. So none of this is being used at this point. Wait, does this part go in? Oh wait, I should check. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna read. Dang, all right, no, I need to take that part out. Oh man, I thought I could be lazy and not take out the battery. Okay, whatever, I'll come back to that. So this is my brand new extreme rate shell. Isn't that neat? It's like what do you call it, an ombre? Where it kind of like, it transitions.
A gradient?
A gradient? The ABXY is kind of a little bit ugly. I might actually reuse some of the original ones, but we'll see about that. So I do need to take this mid plate out, it looks like, which should be fine. The problem is, I've done this in the past, the batteries are really hard because it's super like adhesive in there. And I do have my replacement Joy-Cons, which are black, so those will go in here. Would it look weird to have some white buttons on this?
I think honestly, that would probably fit better with the color scheme.
Okay. No, it's always this point in when I'm doing a build in that I realize how much easier it is to tear things apart than to put them back in. So one of the theoretically more important upgrades I'm going to do here is to put in not only a brand new battery, but also we have purchased an upgraded battery. So this is from our good friends over at Zikmir Mirsif. This supposedly is a 7,200 milliamp hour battery. I don't think that that's a real number. I think they're lying. Let me clean up some of my existing pieces I'm gonna reuse, make sure that they're nice and shiny and white, take off my mid frame and get the battery off of this so I can put the new one in. And then we can finally begin the reassembly. So you'll see that this is the back shell, but it's actually missing a couple of components. There's a little door, a little cover for your game slot, as well as micro SD card, as well as 2 little grills for the intake. Now they do actually provide these. The problem's gonna be I'm not gonna get them straight because I can't put things on straight. Does that look straight? No, it's not. That looks like a couple of vents that aren't going to go anywhere. Now, there are instructions for a lot of stuff, but as always, instructions are for lamos. Boy, that's tight tolerance, but yes, so game card slot, and then we'll do the same thing with our micro SD card slot on the bottom. The shell is actually fully ready now. So both my micro SD card slot, as well as my game card slot. What I think I'm gonna do, just for my own sanity, I might actually put my battery in here. Pro tip, if you're ever gonna be replacing the battery on your Switch Lite, Goo Gone or some kind of adhesive remover is your best friend, look at how sticky this battery is. Like, this is all just goo and adhesive. Let's take our 7,200 milliamp hour battery. Wait, this goes on upside down? Oh my God, this is going upside down? Why would you print it that way? It's gotta go in like this. And this is gonna be, no, you actually won't be able to see this. No, you can! Ah! Exterior myth. The battery looks so dumb. Do I have a sticker that I can put over the top of this? Oh my God.
Is that safe?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Fine.
That sounds great on the mic. Battery is fully installed.
Don't forget your stickers.
Oh yeah. God, these are really cringe. Okay, well, whatever. I put some stickers on it. You guys can fight over the emo sticker. I'm just gonna line this up and just hope for the best. Oh, I'm completely backwards. Wait, hold on, now I'm...
So this is what it looks like.
Huh.
I thought it was attached to the top piece when we took it off the pink one, so it wouldn't have to be attached to the top piece of the blue one. What would you guys do without me?
Be more confused. Funny what happens when you stop installing it in the wrong half of the shell. All right, well, time to start screwing some stuff in place. So our Switch Lite is coming back together. So the big upgrade that we've done is, of course, our TMR sticks. The original sticks, if I show you here, obviously Joy-Con drift is a major problem, and they don't feel great. So we've installed ourselves TMR joysticks, which is totally mega rad.
Tunneling magneto-resistance.
I was about to say that too. With the original joysticks, there's like a little like sort of, you're physically pulling the little like X and Y axis little like doohickey thing. Look, I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. With the TMR sticks, as well as Hall Effect, but the TMRs are slightly more advanced, you're actually not moving anything physical. It is literally just magnets, and it basically detects the difference in the magnetic sort of power between as you go left, right. It's more accurate, it feels better. So, the TMR sticks have been installed. Now it's just a matter of, since we've already got our shell, putting this thing back together. I will say though, it does look nice. I was a little bit on the fence about whether or not the black joysticks would look good, but because we're gonna have the black bezel on the screen, I do think the sort of the green, the white, the black, I think that goes together. If we don't like the white, we've got to tear the whole thing back apart. So I think I like the white buttons.
Yeah, they're great.
Woo!
Yeah, it is time to put our motherboard back into place. As I'm sliding this in, I need to make sure that none of these connectors are being covered. This is not an easy build. How many hours are we into this build right now? Probably like 5?
If we count all the time that I used to learn everything beforehand, probably a little more.
The home button fell out when I was flipping it upside down.
Oh my God.
Who needs a home button anymore?
I do. The screenshot button, I don't need. Home button, I need.
Just click your heels 3 times.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was under here the whole time. It was just a joke. Oh, I gotta do the whole thing again, yeah. I, my friends, will see you tomorrow once we have not fully reassembled the Switch. So I actually want to get this thing up and running, test the sticks, test the buttons, test everything I can. And if that all is working well, then we can actually seal this guy up and test what building the ultimate Switch Lite has actually given us.
Nightmares.
So we have the screen replaced back in. It's still taped because we actually want to do a final test boot. And everything on the back is actually in here. Theoretically, at this moment, if I push the power button, or at least where the power button used to be, which is one of those little buttons, this will light up and I can check that all of our mods were successful.
I'm ready to get OLED.
See, you made fun of me for saying silly things, and then you say a much sillier thing, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah! Oh, the sticks work.
Great, love it.
That's a very good sign. D-pad works. Screen brightness, down. Oh, touchscreen's working too, cool.
Yeah.
Screenshot button, oh, screenshot button doesn't fit very well. Oh, it does work, you just kind of have to push it down a little bit. Speakers work. Yes, battery is charging. Let's get this thing put back together and let's experience gaming the ultimate way. Not like my last ultimate one. At one point I dropped it and it cracked a little bit. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of thermal paste on here. This is something that I don't actually know what I'm doing with. It's so weird to use that much thermal paste that not only goes over the heat pipe, but also onto a little metal shell in addition. Like Nintendo were fully caked up when they,
I don't think that's what that means.
if that's not getting caked up, I don't know what is.
Then you don't know what it is.
And we're just gonna just smoosh it out. There we go. That is a lot. So for context, this is the stock backplate, but as you can see, there's no real space because we have all the Super 5 stuff. So instead, this is the one that Super 5 gave us, which is much smaller. All that to say, I'm just gonna squish it on now, huh?
Yeah, do it.
There we go. It's definitely on there because I feel it gooped up. And so my friends, it is time
Ooh, satisfying.
to complete our ultimate Switch Lite OLED. I have put together a selection of Switches so we can compare. So we have my original Ultimate Switch Lite. We have a Switch OLED Ultimate Edition with our clear Joy-Cons. And then we have a Switch 2. Unfortunately, because I'm all on the same account, it doesn't actually let me play 4 games at the same time. So putting our Ultimate Switch Lite side by side with the original Switch Lite, it is not even close. I mean, not only does this screen get a lot brighter, but the color on this display looks terrible. Like it literally just looks like, I mean, it's a cheap 720p panel. Now, compared to the Switch OLED, I would actually say it's a much closer comparison. The Super 5 screen does get a little bit brighter. Now, we did toggle in, I locked in one of the slightly more saturated modes. To some people, that might look a little bit aggressive. To me, I think it looks nice. But I will say that both of these OLED screens are significantly better than the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is a totally fine, okay display. It is 1080p, which is nice. But as far as just looking at it when it comes to brightness, especially like the sort of the color and the contrast, it's night and day. The only thing I can kind of knock it for a little bit, the screen looks like it's almost slightly oversampling. And I say that because if you look really close to something like the confirm button on both of these, it almost is like this is not quite the right resolution. It looks like a 1080p screen that's running in 720p mode. It's small. The only reason I notice is because I have it side by side. That being said, I feel like I'm nitpicking there. The viewing angles are a million times better. Also the fact that the Switch Lite, I don't think this had a laminated display, right? Like I think if you look at the original, there's a little air gap between the actual glass. The OLED's right up against the top. All that being said, it is time to load up our 2 terabyte micro SD card. Ooh. Get some games downloading, do a little battery testing, put a couple of accessories on, and our Switch Lite is ready to rock and roll. And so my friends, we have the ultimate Switch Lite OLED. Before I get into all of the very many successful, wonderful things that we have with this console, I do have a couple of small negatives I do want to bring up. For some reason at certain brightnesses, this OLED looks weird on camera, but I can assure you it does not look weird. There's no scan lines or any kind of like weirdness to my eye. However, I feel pretty confident in saying that this OLED, while it is absolutely an improvement over what was on the original Switch Lite, it is not native 720p. And I will say that that's actually a bit of a downside that I wish the Super 5 people would have been a little bit clearer about. So now that I've gotten that minor negative out of the way, let's talk about the improvements. Ken, would you like to come and take a close look at this? Because I got some stuff for you here. So one of the first things we did with this, in addition to doing a shell swap and whatnot, is we put a brand new battery in it. So we did do a battery rundown test. So we have our modded Switch Lite, which of course has an OLED display, which is gonna always be more power hungry. And we ran it against a completely unmodified stock Switch Lite. How many hours of gameplay did we get with the stock Switch Lite?
We got 3 hours and 36 minutes.
Do you want to take a guess at what the modded OLED with the brand new battery got?
I'll be a little conservative and say 4 hours.
3 hours and 37 minutes.
I think what happened is the battery is probably slightly bigger. The OLED probably takes a little bit more power.
Okay,
it
so
mostly kind of evens itself out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Would you like to take a look at the Switch Lite?
Dude, that screen does look really nice.
You can turn up the brightness. We had to turn the brightness down for camera.
Looking at all the thumbnails, it looks really contrasty. Let's open up Astral Chain here.
But you actually have to hold it, I think, before that thing to... Did the button stop working? Wait, right D-pad stopped working, ZL stopped working. What? Bro, wait. Literally, this was all, we have it on camera that this all was working. What? Oh, no, I can literally see it. The little connector came out a little bit. Besides that very embarrassing oversight, let me run you through what we did.
Okay.
We have brand new TMR joysticks. I think not a dramatic difference to me.
They're still a little springier.
Yeah, and we also have the new shell. So what you'll see there is a lot of extra cabling. So for that OLED to work, it's a lot of stuff. We also have loaded this up with a 2 terabyte micro SD card. On top of that, we actually have a couple of extra accessories. So we do have a first party Nintendo Switch Lite little cover. Oh! super thin. Yeah, so it's a flip cover. So you can just drop the Switch right in. It also should have in the box a screen protector. So we can keep our Switch Lite nice and protected. So this was like 20 bucks, right?
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
Oh, so you have to play it like that. That's a little awkward.
Pop it off.
Okay, so I'm gonna just have this like, just.
Yeah, you
Bam.
might as well just get the big case then.
try
That
unzipping
protects
that
the
one.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
And we also have a headset which matches. You know, this feels like it's a $5 Temu headset.
Dude, there's
a matches.
There's a headphone.
But it doesn't even
jack on
match
this.
your Switch.
You know what? I have a headset that matches, and you're gonna love it.
We're not gonna tell Ken how much we spent on this, right? He doesn't need to know that. Do we actually know how much this was?
Yes, the total that we have spent is $633.
We're not telling Ken that. Look, no one in the comments tell Ken. So what did you find? What, you find some stuff?
Ooh, I do like those.
Oh, look at that great headset. That sounds great. What a high quality headset. Just curious, Ken, how much would you pay for an Ultimate
God.
Switch Lite?
Base as $100 for this Switch Lite. This thing, I think you said was like 20 bucks or something like that.
It's like,
so
it's like 25 bucks.
25 bucks, yeah.
this thing was probably like also like
25 bucks, yeah.
yeah. This might actually be cheaper than I think it is, but I'm gonna say $100.
No. It's 180.
You almost could just buy a Switch 2. But that's not counting the OLED. Someone probably sold this for like 250 bucks.
That's exactly right.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I still have the battery.
Yeah.
Was
That
that
was
like
cheap.
It
$30?
was like 15.
Yeah, it was like 50
Oh,
bucks. The
okay.
battery was cheap, yeah.
The shell?
shell?
Was probably like $15?
No.
It was 30.
Are you telling me you spent like $620 or something on this Switch Lite?
The total amount was $633.
Oh my God.
This got out of hand really quickly.
You know,
Yeah, this was just supposed to be just the OLED screen.
What's a criticism that we've gotten many times over the years? Your Ultimate builds aren't Ultimate enough. No one can say that this isn't Ultimate enough.
The buttons don't work.
at this point,
They did at one point.
Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the ding-a-ling button. And you'll ensure that the next time that I massively, royally, completely ruin a Switch for way too much money, you'll be notified. And I gotta explain myself.